Hello, welcome to Complete Chiropractic Healthcare on the website of Dr. Greg Arnold, www.pitchingdoc.com. Today we'll be discussing my March 30th, 2017 newsletter, A Lesson from Curtis Granderson on Hydration. Below the date, there's a hyperlink to a PDF. Pulls it up, it's a little bit easier to read. So this is kind of a third in a series of lessons. This is following up on a newsletter I did with Noah Syndergaard about the value of the changeup. You click there for the article, and then a lesson on failure from Tim Tebow. So if you click on those links, it'll pull up this newsletter with a video, and you click on the Tebow link, and it'll pull up this newsletter with a video. So now we're going to learn from Curtis Granderson about hydration. March 26th, New York Times, very good article about Curtis Granderson. And at the age of 35 last year, he was able to play 154 games, and he's actually averaged 152 games over the past 4 or 5 years. And one of the things that highlights is his consumption of water. Well, how did this happen? Back in 2010, suffered a groin injury, and when he was being examined by the trainers and the team doctor, they told him how dehydrated he was. So over the years, past 7 years, he started to really craft it, and he claims not to now have it down to a science, and that includes carrying 3 12-ounce bottles during batting practice, drinks another bottle on the way home, and even has a few more before he goes to sleep. But the secret is that he consumes it throughout the day. He doesn't sit there with a 2-liter bottle and just drinks everything right there. That'll cause problems for most people. He even focuses on his water intake in the off-season. And the quote that he uses in the article, he says he always has water by him all the time. So now, water isn't the only reason that Curtis has stayed healthy, but I really found this article to be tremendously important because it's just as important as what he does not consume as what he does consume. And what doesn't he consume at the age of 35 as a professional athlete to stay healthy? He does not consume sports drinks. Doesn't drink Gatorade, doesn't drink Body Armor, doesn't drink Powerade, doesn't drink this new drink out called Roar, which is endorsed by Odell Beckham Jr. And I'm a giant fan, and I love Odell Beckham Jr., but I don't want my pitching students or my athletes drinking this stuff. I consistently see young ball players in the baseball facility at Matt Giuliano's just drinking sports drinks all the time, and they're not sweating, they're practicing less than 2 hours, and it's just not needed. Really good article in U.S. News and World Report back in 2010, talked about teenagers' point of view of sports drinks, and they think that sports drinks are healthier than soda, but the sentence that I liked is sports drinks are still just sugar water, a diluted version of Coke or Sprite. And teenagers who think sports drinks are a healthy move are fooling themselves. Your children and your athletes do not need sports drinks, they need water. Well, how can you stay hydrated? I follow the recommendations of the National Strength and Conditioning Association. If you click on this link, it will take you to this article, I'll take you to this article on how to beat the heat, how to combat dehydration, and this is the recommendations that they have. So before exercise, during exercise, and after exercise. So you can take a look at this. It actually starts 2 to 3 hours before their practice, before their events, before their training. Again, this also includes their conditioning when they go to the weight room, when they go and they do their agility training. You know, it's all about staying hydrated. They're recommending 17 to 20 ounces of water, and then before they start, 7 to 10 ounces of water. When they're exercising, trying to drink 7 to 10 ounces every 10 or 20 minutes equals about 28 to 40 ounces of water per hour. This is extremely important. If you're already feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated, okay? So it needs to be drinking water during exercises as well. After exercise, how much should you be drinking? Well, this is where you start to weigh yourself before and after your practices. And they recommend 20 to 24 ounces of water per pound of body weight lost. Now, this does say sports drink, and I will address this in a second. Water is recommended for shorter bouts of exercise. And this article concludes by saying that any event that lasts longer than 3 to 5 hours may require electrolyte replacements after training. Ultra marathons, Ironman events, okay? So, our children are not competing in ultra marathons. They're not running marathons. They are doing 1 to 2 hours of training. And right now we're in April. It's not hot. When you get into June, July, August tournaments, especially for pitchers and catchers where they are sweating and they are playing several games in a day, yes, then you want to get into the sports drinks. But I also recommend diluting the sports drinks, half and half. They don't need to be drinking Gatorade straight up the way it is, or Powerade or Roar. They have too much sugar in them. So get a bottle of water, dilute it, get a bottle of a sports drink, dilute it half with water, and then you go from there. So this is just something that I saw, and I knew it had to be put out there because there's just too much sports drinks going on, not enough water drinking. So hope you found this valuable. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, contact me by email, or visit my website, www.pitchingdoc.com. Thank you.